Guys, welcome to today's daily lesson. I'm going to get right to the point. I see so many freaking websites for gyms that look amazing and don't do shit. They do not generate appointments, they don't capture leads to work at a later point in time. They were simply built to, man, showcase a brand, show off your team, your facility, tell a story. They're not built for lead capture, right? And so when we take a look at our website, what we have to think back to, what was the intent? Why did we build this website in the first place? And if you're like me, a lot of us built our own website at first, right? Because it is expensive, or was expensive, to have somebody build a website for us, especially when you're kind of bootstrapping it to just get the gym off the ground and get members. So we don't spend the money on something that we could figure out how to do ourselves. Exactly what I did, right? And then my website was just crickets. It looked cool. Don't get me wrong. Like, I took photos, I filmed, I made it look, I did the best job that I could. But if somebody were to ask me, well, why did you even do all of this in the first place? Well, the answer was to get new customers. I want to get new members. I want to get new clients, right? And it wasn't doing that. It was showcasing my brand. I could send people there, right? And I found myself like sending people there, dropping the link, but it wasn't actually producing new members for my gym, at least not nearly to what I needed it to reach my goals, right? And so most people don't know this, but we've built FitBiz University. We've built hundreds of websites for gym owners, right? And this is not me freaking trying to pitch anybody on it. The point is that I've been able to dig really deep into, what makes a website produce high quality appointments. And that's what I want to share with you today, right? And so if you're watching this and your website sucks and it's not, and again, when I say sucks, I mean objectively. I don't mean subjectively, right? Subjectively is how you feel about your website, right? It looks amazing. I love the colors. I love the layout. I love the, okay, that might be true. But objectively, if it's not accomplishing your mission, your objective, right? If it's not accomplishing why you built it, then it objectively sucks, right? And so if that's you, right, this is who I'm making that video for. So here's the top three things that I see are a problem with most websites. And if you fix these three things, and I'll add a bonus number four, if you fix these three things, I can almost guarantee that your website will absolutely start generating appointments. I don't care about leads, right? And a lot of people are so obsessed with leads, right? And I don't care. Leads don't make me any money, right? Appointments do. Appointments give me an opportunity, and that's all I fucking need. I just need an opportunity, right? If you put an opportunity in front of me, I'm gonna convert it, right? And you're probably shaking your head like, yeah, me too, right? So that's all we care about: appointments, high quality appointments, right? Anyways, how do we get our website to do this? And the gyms that work with us, and the gyms that have our website with SEO, right? And I do add that as a caveat, because any website needs to have traffic to it. They're getting, anywhere from 15 to 20 appointments every single month, right? It's one of our stronger organic pipelines, right? And it absolutely is organic because we're not spending advertising dollars on it, towards it, right? Anyways, the first thing that we have to make sure is true is that it's completely optimized for mobile, right? 80% of all visitors to your website, and we track all of these stats, guys, right? They're all on cell phones, right? And so if your website was built and looks amazing using a desktop, which most people, I mean, I don't know anybody that built their website with a phone, right? So it's built using a computer, right? You have to make sure it looks amazing and it's super easy to navigate and do on a cell phone, right? That's the first thing, right? And so if your website is, I'll tell you, I'll add one thing to that. When you visit your website from your phone, you need to be able to see an image or video of your ideal customer. Okay, so whether it's a video or a picture, it needs to showcase them, working out or something like that. Um, not like some amazing fitness model or your most shredded trainer or whatever. It needs to be the person that you are trying to attract. Okay, so they know that they're in the right place. Number two, it needs to have an offer. They need to be able to see an offer. Whatever your offer is, free 7-day trial, first class is on us, whatever your offer is, they have to be able to see that without scrolling. So these two things, and then the third thing is a button with your call to action, right? So what do you want them to do? Do you want them to fill out a form? Do you want them to chat with somebody? Do you want to make them a phone call? Do you want them, what are you trying to get them to do, right? And so those three things need to be present on your home screen without scrolling, right? If somebody has to scroll, you immediately are going to lose like 50% of your traffic, and that's generous, right? And so do those three things, and I can almost guarantee that your website will immediately convert much better, right? And that's the first kind of UX or user experience kind of tip that I'll give you. The second thing is making sure that whatever the call to action is, you have it automated. Guys, I can't stress this enough. When somebody, and I'm talking about websites, I'm not talking about other landing pages or whatever, but websites are inbound, okay? Meaning that when somebody hits your website, they're looking for you. This isn't outbound. This isn't like you're interrupting their, they're looking for fucking cat pictures on Facebook and then here's your ad, right? They're already looking for you, right? Because they typed in on Google, gyms near me or personal trainer near me or whatever they typed in, whatever keywords, they typed in. And if they hit your website, you're not the only person they're going to see. They're going to see maybe the top 5. They'll probably click on the top 5 websites, right? Unless yours really stands out. Okay. And so they might be filling out that call to action on all of them, all 5 of them, right? And I can almost guarantee that the first person that's somewhat decent at, lead nurture or sales is going to get them, right? Is going to get them booked, get them in front of them, get them closed. It may not be the best program, statistics will say that it's not going to be the best program. What would be the probability of it being the best program? Pretty low, right? And that's how gyms around you that aren't that good could be smoking you when it comes to sales and revenue and profit, right? Because they're better at capturing that appointment and that new member, right? And so whatever your call to action is, it has to be automated. Meaning that, like, I'm a big fan of live chat, or not necessarily live chat, but chat with one of our coaches right now, and then maybe it's AI, or give us, if you have a way of manning the phones, during a lot of ridiculous hours, which I think you can do initially as the owner, but as you scale, will become more and more difficult because you're going to have, people doing it, and they're not going to want to answer the phone outside of the hours that you're paying them, right? Owners will, but and so in the beginning though, you could say, hey, call this number to schedule an appointment, or you could have them fill out a form and then redirect them to a calendar, right? Don't just send them to a calendar, guys. That's you're not going to if they pop open your calendar and the days and the times that are on there aren't convenient for them, they're going to leave the website, right? But you never captured that lead's information that visited the website, right? And so what I would do is have them fill out a form first, then redirect to a website, because now you have their information and you have it automated to whatever system you're running on the back end, and you can immediately engage with that client. Speed to lead, speed to freaking lead. You can call them right away. But you can't do any of that if you don't have their info, right? And so that's my pro tip number 2. However you do it, it needs to be fast. Fast. You need to get in touch with that person as soon as humanly possible, and it's been easy to get in touch with them because your call to action's right on the front, right on the home screen. Okay. The third thing that we really look for when it comes to your website is having it integrated to a back-end system that is very high level, right? If your software, if your lead nurture system is not good, and when I mean not good, I mean like using a CRM to try to do it. And this is one of the things that I can't shout loud enough, is people, for whatever reason, would love to save money in this area, and it's the stupidest fucking place to cut cost, right? So if you're like, well, my MindBody system does lead nurture too. My Zen planner does lead nurture too. So I'm just going to use that for it. It sends out texts, it sends out emails. Guys, do not save $197 a month. Don't be fucking cheap, right? The opportunity cost of this particular piece of this subscription or whatever you want to call it is so great. Okay, if you have 500 visitors, which is pretty low, but let's just say 500 visitors on your website this month, right? In your weak ass lead center or lead nurture system, right? It can only turn freaking, three of those people into an appointment, versus something that does a really good job of working that lead and getting them scheduled, because it's very advanced and you're able to create custom workflows and logic based off of what they respond, and you're able to implement some kind of AI to get them scheduled based off of when they're available and when you're available, and all this stuff is happening in the background and you don't really have to even touch it. There's systems out there like that, guys. I know of them, I use them. If you have something like that and 500 visitors hit your website, okay, now you're going from 3 appointments to 15 appointments because the lead nurture is so dang good, right? And so I don't know about you, but what would you do with an additional 12 people in front of you, right? How much fucking money is that? What are you selling them? It's so much money at my gym, because I'm going to close, I don't know, 10 of them, 10 of the 12, 9 of them. That's a decent, and what I charge, we charge hundreds a month for our memberships, right? And so just do the math. I will be making so much more money. But that would never happen if I tried to save myself $197 because I already have something that sends out text message and emails. Like, congratulations, so do all of us. I don't meet any gym owners that come into the program or I start working with that don't have software, that are just writing stuff down on fucking notepads. Everybody has it, guys, but there's levels to this. And if you're trying to be cheap and you're trying to save money when it comes to lead nurture, holy cow. That's one of the biggest ways you can lose money via opportunity costs, and you'll never even know it, right? You'll just think your website sucks. So anyways, those are the top 3 things that I would really focus on. And if you can get those dialed in, now your website will be built to convert, built to capture leads, right? Now your website is not built to showcase a brand. It's not built to, talk about your team. It's really built to capture leads, which I think is the objective. Right, I think that's what everybody built a website for, and we're not Coca-Cola, right? Coca-Cola is not building to capture leads, right? They're not. That's not why Tesla did not build their website to capture leads. They're showcasing their brand. You're not either of those, right? And so you need to build a website to capture leads, okay? And so do those things, and I can almost guarantee you will capture way more leads. That will turn into way more appointments, which turn into way more members, right? And the number 4 bonus thing I was talking about, and I referenced this earlier, traffic, okay? It's all fine and dandy if you have a website that converts amazingly, but what happens if nobody's visiting the website? Okay, then it doesn't matter, right? So how do you boost yourself up to go from, let's say, 250 unique visitors per month to 1250 unique visitors per month, right? Which is kind of where you want to be at. I mean, it really depends on how busy your area is, but how do you do that, right? Well, you can do it organically and you can do it paid. Organically, I highly recommend having your members immediately visit your Google profile. If you don't have a Google My Business set up, you got to get that set up. Have your customers visit it and rank you and rate you. You give a 5-star review. Say a little bit about what they like about the gym. You can send them an email, a text. You can blast it out. Hey, do you have a quick 5 seconds? Can you please do this? Right? Those reviews are going to help you rank higher on Google. The second thing you can do is get listed on directories. Right? I like to use an app called Yext. Yext, because that is going to allow me to input the information in one time, right? And then it blasts it out to all the different directories, not just Google, but it's going to blast it out to Facebook directories. It's going to blast it out to Yelp. It's going to, whatever you type in about your business description, your hours, your whatever, when it's listed on 50 directories instead of just one, it immediately improves your ranking, right? Because Google will look for backlinks and they'll look for this stuff other places. And then the third thing that I recommend doing is doing some SEO, search engine optimization, right? You can hire this service. We do it as well. but you can hire it anywhere. You can go on Fiverr, you can go on, you get what you pay for, but you can go on these different places and have SEO done, right? Which means they're going to go into the back end of your website and optimize things, and maybe you need some on-page SEO too, but they'll largely go, there's on-page and off-page, off-site, and they will do things that they know how to do, keywords, all sorts of things that are going to get your website ranked much higher. And if you can get in that top 5 spot, right, like I was talking about in Google, right, it used to be the first page, but Google's a little bit different now, that you can keep on scrolling. So the top 5 spot, when people search for your key terms, your keywords, right, gyms near me, personal trainers near me, group fitness near me, all of these different keywords, I like to pick out 10 strong ones and then an additional 10 after that. If you can get in the top 5 for those keywords, you will definitely increase your traffic, and now your website's really a powerhouse, right? Sometimes you have to pay for it, right? SEO isn't free, but again, opportunity cost, right? What are those additional opportunities worth when they're sitting in front of you and they're qualified leads? Remember, these are qualified leads, guys. They're looking for you. They type this stuff in. They're searching for you, right? It's not outbound. We're not cold calling people here, okay? So it's worth the money when it comes to this strategy. Anyways, I thought I would share that with you. Hopefully, if your website sucks, in 30 days, you can make it not suck by doing these things. It's not hard to do. You just got to dedicate the time to do it and make it your goal for October. I'm going to fix my website. Right now I get 2 appointments. If I do all the shit that he just said to do, I'm hoping that I'll get 5 to 7. And then over time, you keep making improvements. And, this is something that will work for you ongoing, right? Because you don't have to pay any money, but you're making these improvements and you're capturing more and more leads. Appreciate you guys for taking the time out of a Friday to watch me. I'll be back on Monday with hopefully some more value that helps you guys grow the gym. We're out of here.